So whenever you go to the market, you purchase funds at a particular rate. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर जो म्यूचुअल फंड्स में हम एक शेयर जितने रुपए को खरीदते हैं ना, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज NAV. सो NAV मीन्स नेट एसेट वैल्यू. सो एक शेयर की प्राइस कितनी है, तो वी डोंट कॉल इट एज अ प्राइस ऑफ द फंड, बट वी कॉल इट एज अ NAV ऑफ द फंड. Okay, so it's called a NAV. So on the basis of client needs, mutual funds are divided into three major parts. Okay, so one is the equity and the growth fund, second is the income fund, and third is the hybrid fund. So what is equity fund? So investment is into pure equity, that is the shares of the company. They are basically for the longer horizon, you can see, and which generates a higher wealth and the capital appreciation. So again it is divided, this equity funds, equity, or you can call it as a growth fund, it is divided into 7 parts. One is the large cap funds, so wherein investment is predominantly into large size companies. So you can say top 100 companies, market size wise, top 100 companies. And the second is the mid cap companies. So investment is basically into mid size companies. So if you see the market size rating, so you can say top 100 से 100 से लेकर 250 तक जो shares companies आते हैं. So large cap is the investment where is the companies which are of the large established companies of top 100, we can say. Mid cap is from 100 to 250. Okay, and the third is the small cap companies, wherein the smaller than large and the mid cap. So rest 250 के बाद में जो भी companies है which comes into small cap companies. उसके बाद आता है अपना मल्टी कैप. मल्टी कैप इज द मिक्स ऑफ लार्ज, मिड एंड स्मॉल साइज कंपनीज. So fifth is the sector fund. So sector funds is the investment into companies that are related to the one type of business, that is in business belonging to say same industry or same sector. So like if suppose you say pharma, so pharma funds are invested into pharma companies only. Fine. So this is the sector funds. Next is the thematic funds. So what we do is we invest into companies in which are having a similar common theme. That is, if suppose technology funds, if you are saying technology funds, then they invest into into companies that will give benefit from the growth of technology segment. So these sector funds and thematic funds are basically known for their higher risk and volatility. So these funds are suitable for those customers though who have the in-depth knowledge of the market and understanding of that particular sector and the theme. Fine. Then last is the seventh fund is the tax saving funds. So tax saving funds, you might have heard about the ELSS. Okay, so these are the best for everyone. You can save tax up to 46,800 as per the section 80C, and you can invest up to 1.5 lakhs. Okay, you might have heard about the PPF. PPF is also one of the instrument which we will cover in the our next session. So PPF is also tax free instrument. So same way ELSS is the one of the options wherein the amount get invested into this equity funds, and it's the best for the beginners, those who wants to start in the mutual funds, beginners. So this is a good fund. So I have covered the equity and growth fund first part, which is divided into 7 parts. The parts are large fund, mid cap funds, then small cap funds, then multi cap, then sector funds, then thematic funds, and the last is the tax saver funds. Investment mutual fund is income fund, or you can also call it as a fixed income fund, or the bond fund. Okay, this is a good option for conservative clients who are looking to explore the mutual fund at low risk zone and the moderate risk zone. So first large cap, which we have seen equity, that is for those people who are ready to for their high risk appetite, those who are having a high risk appetite and they are ready to for that high risk. So that is equity funds. Yeah, income fund is for the conservative people with moderate risk, you can say. So these are relatively safer investment, wherein investments are into government securities, bonds, then liquid funds, then treasury bills, then commercial papers, corporate debts, dynamic bonds, then debentures. Okay, so this comes under the second part, that is the income fund. And then the third part is the hybrid fund. It is a combination of equity and the income fund, which creates a long term wealth without, without much volatility. And you can say equity proportion is somewhere around 65 to 80%, and the debt proportion is somewhere around 20 to 35. So this is the combination and the low risk investment instrument, you can say. So for example, you can say monthly income plans. You might have heard about the monthly income plans. You might have heard about the child plans, pension plans, balance funds. Okay, so this hybrid funds are also called as the asset allocation funds.